Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtotra Shata Shri Srimad Sesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantaraj srimadbhagavatam Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. Fourth canto, Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 15, King Prithu's Appearance and Coronation, Text 23. Tasmat parokshe smadupush smadupashutanyalam kadishyata stotramapitya vachaha satyuttama shloka gunanuvade Jugupsitam na stavayanti sabhyaha Tasmat parokshe smarupu apashutanyalam Kadishyata stotramapitya vachaha Satyatma shloka gunanuvade Shugupsitam nastava yanti sabhyaha Tasmat parokshe smarupushatanyalam Karishyata stotramapitya vachaha Sa uttama shloka gunanuvade Chugupsitam nastavayanti sabyaha. All right. One chant, all right. Word by word. Tasmat, therefore. Parokshe, in some future time. Asmat, my. Upashrutani, about the qualities spoken of. Alam, sufficiently. Kadishyata, you will be able to offer. Stotram, prayers. Picha vachaha, O gentle reciters. Sati, be in the proper engagement. Uttama shloka, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Guna, of the qualities. Anuvade, discussion. Chugupsitam, to an abominable person. Na, never. Stavayanti, offer prayers. Sabyaha, persons who are gentle. Translation. O gentle reciters, offer such prayers in due course of time, when the qualities of which you have spoken actually manifest themselves in me. The gentle who offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead do not attribute such qualities to a human being who does not actually have them. Purport. Gentle devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead know perfectly well who is God and who is not. Non-devotee impersonalists, however, who have no idea what God is and who never offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are always interested in accepting a human being as God and offering such prayers to him. This is the difference between a devotee and a demon. Demons manufacture their own gods, or a demon himself claims to be God, fallen in the footsteps of Ravan and Hiranyakashipu. Although Prithu Maharaj was factually an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he rejected those praises because the qualities of the Supreme Person were not yet manifest in him. He wanted to stress that one who does not actually possess these qualities should not try to engage his followers and devotees in offering him glory for them, even though these qualities might be manifest in the future. If a man who does not factually possess the attributes of a great personality engages his followers in praising him with the expectation that such attributes will develop in the future, that sort of praise is actually an insult. I'll just read a few more verses. 24. How can an intelligent man, competent enough to possess such exalted qualities, allow his followers to praise him if he did not actually have them? Praising a man by saying that if he were educated he might have become a great scholar or a great personality is nothing but a process of cheating. A foolish person who agrees to accept such praise does not know that such words simply insult him. Purport. Prithu Maharaj was an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as Lord Brahma and other demigods have already testified, when they had presented the king with many heavenly gifts. Because he had just been coronated, however, he could not manifest his godly qualities in action. Therefore, he was not willing to accept the praise of the devotees. So-called incarnations of Godhead should therefore take lessons from the behavior of King Prithu. Demons without godly qualities should not accept false praise from their followers. Next. As a person with a sense of honor and magnanimity does not like to hear about his abominable actions, a person who is very famous and powerful does not like to hear himself praised. King Prithu continued, "My dear devotees, headed by Sutta, just now I am not very famous for my personal activities because I have not done anything praiseworthy you could glorify. Therefore, how could I engage in praise in my activities exactly like children?" Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 4th canto, 15th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled King Prithu's Appearance and Coronation. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshuvadmeditam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karitvachavam Pangam Langayate Girim Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurun Nitaranam Vancha Kapadribishta Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radhikadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the Vedic literature enjoins that we should worship personalities who are worshipable, and not worship personalities who are not worshipable. So the question is, okay, who is a worshipable personality? And the answer is devotees are worshipable personalities. So, when Lord Chaitanya was asked what is the definition of devotee, he gave different answers at different times. And one answer he gave is that anybody who chants Krishna's name even once is a devotee. So that was one answer he gave. So, there's many people who have chanted Krishna's name once. One devotee was just talking about, I think his name was Stevie Wonder, that musician. Yeah, Stevie Wonder or another guy like that. Not Ray Charles. I think Stevie Wonder, but anyways, he's a musician, and apparently he was for years not doing well. He was trying to get on the top of the charts and trying to get awards and all this, but he just wasn't doing well. So then what happened is I guess he was driving through LA, and then he heard the clashing of cartels. And then he told his driver, "Oh, stop." And the driver stopped, and then Stevie Wonder, he was looking at the devotees, and he heard the Hare Krishna devotees chanting in LA. So then he contacted the devotees, Suvas Prabhu and the other devotees, temple president and other devotees, and he said, "I want you guys to come, and when I'm performing in LA, I want you guys to come and be part of the chorus, chanting Hare Krishna." So that's what happened. The devotees went there, and then interesting enough is shortly after that, he just like, it was like an explosion. He went to the very high on the charts, and he got all these awards year after year for years. And it's interesting because for like decades he was having a hard time. So apparently Krishna blessed him for that, inviting the devotees. And probably thousands of people heard Hare Krishna. This is in the last few years. So, anyways, but by definition, that definition that Lord Chaitanya says, a person who chants the name of Krishna once is a devotee. So Stevie Wonder, Bhakti Stevie, he's a devotee. Now, of course, there's different there's other definitions as well. Lord Chaitanya was asked, "Who's a devotee?" And in another particular case, Lord Chaitanya said, "One who gives up the association of non-devotees is considered a devotee." Of course, while practicing Krishna consciousness. So Sat Sangha Tyag E Vaishnava Char. So the behavior of a devotee is that they give up the association of non-devotees. So it's not that devotees give up the association of non-devotees because they hate non-devotees, or means they have something. Devotee doesn't hate anyone, but they give up the association of non-devotees because it is harmful for their spiritual progress. And if a person's not strong, then what are they going to do for others? They can't do anything for others if they're not strong. So therefore they give up the association. So that's one definition. Another definition. And another definition that Lord Chaitanya gave is that one who, by seeing that personality, one is remembered of Krishna, one is reminded of Krishna. That is another definition, that immediately upon seeing such a person, you're reminded of Krishna, naturally. So that's different definitions of devotees. So those personalities are considered worshipable. Of course, means, they should be offered respect, they should be treated nicely, and so on. Served in different ways, trying to assist them or help, whatever. So this is what the Vedic literature is saying, and what to speak of. So we should worship devotees, but and also we should worship Krishna. And we should not worship personalities who are not worshipable. Like devotees, they do not worship non-devotees, like, I don't know, the rich and famous or something. I mean, devotees don't really care about the rich and famous, because what real value does such a person have? Means if they're not devotees, it doesn't impress us. So it could be the richest, strongest, whatever, most attractive personality, non-devotee, but devotees don't really care. I mean, unless they want to try to give them a book or try to preach to them or something like that. But aside from that, devotees aren't impressed. What to speak of worshiping them? So worshiping devotees and not worshiping non-devotees, and also worshiping Krishna, and not worshiping personalities who aren't Krishna, who aren't God, but they say they're God. So there's many personalities who have this idea that they're God, and they have a bunch of followers, cheap followers, who accept that they're God, and they glorify their guru God, in so many different ways. And without that particular personality even manifesting those qualities. So this is what Prithu Maharaj is saying here. He's saying that because all these different personalities are glorifying him, he's saying that I haven't even done anything, so no need to glorify me, because I haven't done anything. I was just coronated and I haven't done anything, so no need to glorify me. This is what Prithu Maharaj is saying. So we don't want to be in the, as Prabhupada says here, in the demon category. And Prabhupada says demons manufacture their own gods, where a demon claims to be God. So, but aside from manufacturing their own gods, these personalities also manufacture their own processes of self-realization. So we do not manufacture our own process of self-realization. The process of self-realization is already outlined very clearly. So our path back to the spiritual world, or our path to Krishna consciousness, is already chalked out. It's already outlined very clearly. So the only thing that really needs to be done is for us not to add anything or subtract anything, and aside from that, for us to actually just follow it, and success is assured for a person who follows strictly and sincerely. And yeah, we should always remember that the personalities from which we are coming, which means our disciplic succession, they're very special personalities. One person, an academic fellow, he wrote a book, and he was giving a brief biography, more or less, of all the different yogis and swamis who came to America from India. And this particular person was saying how there were so many problems that these swamis and yogis had. They had severe problems, whatever it was, money or women or this or that. They had severe problems. And they went through this whole list of personalities. And then when he came to Prabhupada, because he also mentioned Prabhupada was one of them who came from India, he said that Prabhupada, Swami Prabhupada, was very conservative and very strict. And from throughout his whole life, he maintained that up until the time he departed. So in other words, there was no, everybody else had so much, but Prabhupada didn't have anything. So it's quite special. So we have Srila Prabhupada, we have our acharyas, and the process is already outlined. So again, we just have to follow it. And not be, you could say, bewildered by so many things in this material world. Like you hear that? Something's upstairs or something? No? Like vibrating or something, like cell phone or something? I hear that. Okay, now it went off. Maybe it was an alarm or something. So it's a world in which there are many there's many people who are not praiseworthy, and they're accepting praise from people, cheap praise from people, foolish people glorifying foolish people. So it is the business of devotees. These verses and purports are mentioning this, that praising should be for the right personalities, and it is the duty of devotees to try to redirect the conditioned souls back to Krishna's lotus feet, and to teach them that stop praising a bunch of not praiseworthy personalities, and to start praising personalities who should be praised, like Krishna and Srila Prabhupada and devotees. So this is the devotees, one of the devotees, any devotee's mission in life is that there's so many entities who are not praising Krishna, who are not praising Prabhupada, so to direct them to the process of glorification of Krishna, Sankirtan Yajna. And again, to always remember, or to always be careful not to fall back in to the you could say rut, to fall back into the rut of glorifying personalities of this world, and also glorifying oneself. For example, we live for the glory of Prabhupada, we live for the glory of Krishna. So to not live for oneself, for oneself's glory, and what to speak of not living for so many other people's glorification who are not praiseworthy. And Srila Prabhupada, in the Nectar Devotion, it says that one should not glorify someone in front of the deity. So once Srila Prabhupada was with some devotees, and the devotee, he was glorifying another devotee in front of Srila Prabhupada's deities. And then this devotee said to Prabhupada, "Oh, sorry, Prabhupada, I'm sorry, I shouldn't glorify this devotee in front of your deities. I apologize for that." And then Prabhupada said, No, that's okay. And then the story said, well, but in Nectar Devotion it says we shouldn't glorify anybody in front of the deity. And Prabhupada said, no. He said, this is referring to materialistic people. We shouldn't glorify materialistic people. At all, but especially in front of the deity. You shouldn't glorify materialistic people in front of the deity. But Prabhupada said, but devotees you could glorify in front of the deity, it's okay. And he said, Krishna, he has so much praise. So he likes to see when his devotees are glorified. He likes to see his devotees glorified. One time I brought this up in a class because I was glorifying a devotee in the class. He was sitting in the class. It was actually Rajendranath Prabhu. And after the class he said, "Oh, Prabhuji, I really appreciate all your words, but you really shouldn't be doing this in front of the deity." That's what he told me. So then I told him this past time about how Prabhupada said you can, and then I think he accepted. He said, "Okay, well." So, but then someone could say, "Hey, well, I'm not a devotee, so." If I was glorifying Rajendranath Prabhu, this, that, so many things, and he says, "Don't glorify me in front of the deity." And I quote this pastime that explains that Srila Prabhupada said you can glorify devotees in front of the deity, but then Rajendranath Prabhu would say, "Okay, fine, that's okay. You could glorify devotees in front of the deities, but I'm not a devotee, so don't glorify me." Just like there's this devotee in Bengal, and his whole mission was to give all the devotees prasad, and for them fruit or whatever, or at least for him to accept the remnants of food offered. Eaten by devotees. That was, he was going all over Bengal doing that. So he went to one devotee's house. His name is Jadu Thakur, and his wife was there as well. So he went there and he asked Jadu Thakur, he said, "Can I have some of your remnants?" and I need to get purified. And Jadatakur said, no, and I'm born in a low family, this and that, and you're such a great Vaishnav, and I can't let you have my remnants. So in essence, this devotee said to Jadatakur, said, well, you're a Vaishnav, so this is above everything, all the, lower birth, higher birth, this and that, and a Vaishnav is the highest, and so therefore you should let me take your remnants. And Jadatakur said, yes, that's true, that the Vaishnav is in the highest position, this and that, I accept what you're saying, but the problem is I'm not a Vaishnav, so you can't take my remnants. So then this devotee, what he did is he came up with this plan. He gave Jadatakur a mango, or a few mangoes, and his wife, and then Jadatakur and his wife ate the mangoes, threw them out of the window to naturally, biodegrade in the ground. And then when he saw, so he was hiding, on the side of the house. So then when he saw that Jadatakur threw out, he got the mango pills and seed and everything, and he accepted the remnants of these devotees. And because of that, because he had so much faith in the Vaishnavas, he had so much faith, then at one particular point Lord Chaitanya was having his feet bathed before he went into a particular temple, and he told his secretary Govinda that don't let anybody drink this water, don't let anybody touch this water. So then all of a sudden this devotee appeared, I think it's called a Krishnadas, so this devotee appeared who had so much faith in all the Vaishnavas, so he appeared while Lord Chaitanya was getting his foot, and then he went like this, and he got the Charanamrita from Lord Chaitanya's feet, the water bathed in Lord Chaitanya's feet, and he drank 3 sips, and then Lord Chaitanya saw him doing that, and Lord Chaitanya said, okay, that's enough. But the point is that Lord Chaitanya, he rewarded this devotee because of his faith in the Vaishnavas. So glorification, so service, glorification, whether it's in front of the deities or at any time, glorification of devotees, that's good. So we want to glorify devotees and Krishna, and not non-devotees and fake gods, fake gurus. And we want to redirect people to that path of proper glorification. So this is what Prithu Maharaj is saying here, that don't glorify me unnecessarily. Don't glorify me unnecessarily. But so we can learn from that a lot, that we don't ourselves want to praise others cheaply, and we want to speak of praising the wrong personalities, and we don't want to accept cheap praise, knowing well that it may not be true. Okay, so does anyone have any questions or comments? Tomorrow is Bhakti Sundar Swami. He's coming tonight, and he'll be here for about a week, so he'll probably be giving a lot of Srimad Bhagavatam classes, probably most of them. So, some house programs as well. There'll be some service opportunities for devotees. They could do certain things for him, cook or clean or give him a massage or whatever. So, ask questions, It's a nice, very friendly, jolly, kind devotee. So if everybody could try to, make them feel welcome. So, all right. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai.